Inspire with Nendrix, the foundation.
Welcome back to Your Best Life, where we engage you in meaningful conversations about issues that can have an impact on your life while providing you resources to help you become a stronger advocate for your health, education, and safety within your community. Hey, everyone, I see you. Come into this room. Come on in. I'm giving you some time to come through. And while you're coming through, let others know that you are here so that you can, let them know what you're about to learn. And then they can share it with other people also. So come into the room, hang out with us for a few minutes while we talk about some important information. I'm so honored that you chose to hang out with me for the next few minutes. This is episode 2 of season 2, but part 2 of a 2-part series regarding preparing for college, the Freshman Experience. I am so excited about what Your Best Life has in store for you. So don't forget that if you hear something that you like, share and subscribe to my page. And if you have advice for future topics and thoughts that you would like to provide about your own experience with these topics, please feel free to leave your comments below. I am your host, Dr. Hairston, and the president and founder of Embracing Arms Incorporated and the creator of hashtag Your Best Life brand movement, which is a division of Embracing Arms Incorporated. This, again, part 2 of the Freshman Experience. So I hope you all enjoyed part 1 last week, and I received some amazing comments and feedback, and thank you, Coach Shay, and thank you, Dr. Sanson. Thank you guys for the amazing feedback that you provided to me regarding what we were talking about. It's very helpful, so keep the comments coming, keep the advice coming. If you're a college student and there's something else that you would like to hear about, please take the time to do that. So we're going to cover a couple more tips to help you be successful during your freshman year, right? So here's the next tip. Relationships. My suggestion, you might want to wait. Yeah, you might want to wait. There are going to be a wide variety of opportunities for you to find the love of your life. Now, that's not to say that you may not meet the love of your life and your future husband or your future wife on the first day on campus. But I will guarantee you that you will experience less stress and more time to focus on what's next for you if you wait to form those relationships. Explore the campus and get to know yourself. It's really difficult for you to commit to a healthy relationship when you're really trying to figure out who you are. As an adult, as someone who for the first time is experiencing this semi-independent living situation away from your family for the first time. So take your time with pursuing relationships. And remember, you have to live with these people for 4 years, right? It's not like any other relationship like when you were in high school, right? You can date someone and who cares, they're leaving, like you won't see them, they live on the other side of town, and the only time you really see them is when you're in school. In this particular case, like you're living with these people, right? So when you're breaking up and starting new relationships and breaking up and starting new relationships, you're kind of dealing with all of the residual effects of that. The other thing is that depending on the campus, it's a small community. So somebody you're dating probably already dated someone else that's on that campus, or depending on how immature or mature, the man or the female that you're, dealing with is, maybe multiple people at the same time. So that's not to say that's the way it is on every campus and with every person, because we do have some really, really great people out there. But I would suggest that you take your time with building romantic relationships, especially given the fact that you're really trying to figure out who you are. you're really trying to explore this new living situation and really trying to take it all in. So relationships makes it a little difficult for you to do that. Now, if you decide, you know what, Dr. Hairston, I like this guy, I like this girl, I'm going to explore this relationship, I don't care what you have to say, then be careful. Take your time. Take your time and manage your time well, because relationships require investment. Investment in time, investment in money, investment in, emotions. So still take your time in that process, and just know that if this person is meant for you, guess what? They're gonna be there. They're gonna be there. They're gonna be there. So that's my tip. My first tip for you. Money management. If you have problems with money management, it's not going to all of a sudden go away because you're on campus. You're going to continue to have money management problems, especially for those students who are just waiting for that school refund to come through, right? The school refund is not for you to just kind of go losing your mind. It's really to help offset costs that you may have incurred, that your tuition didn't quite cover completely, like books, like food, like registration for maybe professional conferences, or perhaps it's for studying abroad, or you can use the money for materials that you need for your class. If you're an art student, you might need some art supplies. If you are a business student, maybe there is software that you need to download. Like, be careful with your money. If you have not figured that out, this is the time right now, before you step foot on campus, to go to your local bank, because they will be willing to help you, and sit with a banker and say, hey banker, my name is, I'm about to leave for college in a couple months. I have no clue how to manage my money, evidenced by the fact that I don't have a bank account yet. Could you please give me some coaching on what I should do to maintain a good, healthy account of my money? How should I open up an account? Because believe it or not, there's some kids who have never opened up an account and have no clue where to begin with opening up an account. And that's a problem. If you don't go to your banker, go to your parents. If you feel like your parents are responsible with their money and they've, really shown and demonstrated that, talk to your parents. If you know someone else who went to college who did really, really well at managing their money, please talk to them. If all else fail, Google it. You Google everything else, Google it and find out the information that you need so that you can manage your money well. Manage your money well. If you're spending more than 20% of what's inside your bank account, that's a problem. You want to kind of keep it below. If you have $400 in your bank account and you're trying to spend $80, let's talk about what you're spending it on. And how are you replenishing that money in your account? Money management is going to be really key to your success going forward in your college career, because you're going to have those opportunities to do things and go out and hang out with your friends and spend crazy. So just be careful with that. Ask questions before you go. Download mint.com. That's an awesome tool to use to help you manage your money, set goals for yourself. There are other tools out on the internet that you can use to help you manage your money. My daughter has an amazing tool that she used that basically talks to you and reminds you in text form whenever you're making, spending your money. It'll automatically alert this software and tell you, hey, I see that you spent, $40 this week on Starbucks. You set a goal for less than $10. You're over that. So you might want to calm down a little bit. So there are software, there's programs, there's apps all over the place to help you manage that. So download that if you feel like you would benefit from that the most. So take advantage of the bankers, because they're there to help you and they will take the time to do that for you. The other thing is balancing school and work. I know that you're going to want to work. You're going to want to work. Everybody wants to work. They want that extra money. Take your time with that also. So you see the theme here? Take your time. Manage yourself, be patient with yourself. So if you want to work on campus, maybe, you have some type of, agreement that, your parents are like, hey, you're going to have to work, so that you can offset the cost. That's fine. But remember what your schedule is and try to balance that. If you already know that you're going to be working, pay attention to how your classes are being scheduled. For most universities, they schedule freshman classes for you, so you don't have a lot of control. But pay attention to that before you commit to working somewhere. And then, remember that you still have to study. So for every credit that you take, you need 1 hour of studying. So consider that while you are trying to pursue a job, and how many hours that you're committing to do that. So balancing school and work is going to be critical. And we know number one is school. But we also want to make sure that we help out our parents at the same time. We understand that. The last thing is mental health. As I mentioned in our last conversation, there are services on campus for you to help you kind of forge through, all of the changes that you're going to be facing with being in this new environment. You really need to pay attention to your mental health. It can be very stressful. It can feel very defeating. You may have gone into this school thinking, you're on top of your game because you were number one at this high school that you were at, and now you're coming on campus and you're just one of 1,000 number ones that were number one on their campus, and so the competition is tough now, and so you're going to feel kind of like this little ants, in this huge ocean. And so manage your mental health as well as you can. Download meditation apps, download, apps that play really good soothing music so that you can rest at night. Have conversations with people who've already been through this. Talk to your parents. Use the resources that are on campus. They're there for you. Take advantage of the resources that are on campus. There's mental health resources on campus. There are, different apps that you can download that will kind of talk you through and give you motivational messages every day. And, like I said, connect to people who've already been through what you've been through so that they can help coach you through it. Your mental health is critical. It can be impacted by the fact that you're competing now. You're competing with other people that are just as good as you. And that is different from where you came from because you were number one, or you were number two, or you were number three, or whatever your status was graduating from your high school. So your mental health, managing that is going to be really critical to your ability to be successful, not just in college, but even after college, because that's some stressful time too. And we'll talk a little bit about that during our July series, because we're going to be interviewing recent graduates from colleges and talking to them about their preparedness for the workplace. So make sure you tune in July to kind of see what they have to say about their 4-year experience. But those were my tips for you. If you find that they were helpful, or maybe you consider some others, please share that. So remember, manage your relationships, take your time with them. They're going to always be there. You got 4 years, right? Plenty of females, plenty of guys, but take your time with it. If you decide to enter into the relationship anyway, just be patient, because it's an investment. It's an investment in your emotions, your time, and your money. So be careful. Manage your money, see a banker, talk with them, and let them help you talk through this process. Balancing your school and work, pay attention to your schedule and how many credits. For every credit, you need 1 hour of study. That is important. You're taking 15 credits, you need 15 hours of studying. And then your mental health. Tap into the services that are available to you on campus. They're there for you. Don't ignore them. They're there for you to help you get through this process. So whatever you do, remember that the fall, as I mentioned before, will probably look a lot different than the freshman fall seasons in the past. 2020 has been very difficult. It's been a very difficult year for everyone, and colleges, universities, are going to be functioning different. Be patient. Be patient with the changes and the uncertainties, and anticipate that there may be some online classes that you have to take. That's okay. Next week, we will begin our fatherhood series, interviewing men from all over the world. My father, a conversation. I'm so excited about that. If you heard something that you like, share this message and subscribe to my page. And if you have advice for me regarding new topics, please let me know. I would love to hear what advice you have for me. Again, continue to live your best life. Go out in the community and reach out to someone, because they are waiting on you. Like, subscribe, share, comment.
The foundation. My Lacasa boy, this is my residence. My prescription boy, this is my medicine. The world can be sickening, living in house resemblance. Not to mention the media's effort to keep us in the most